Sometimes we gotta be honest with ourselves. What's going on, man? Welcome back to the channel. I have not been consistent with making videos, and I got a valid excuse for why I have not been making videos, but it doesn't really make sense because it's content. So I'm trying to find that balance. So y'all, thank y'all for the people that are still subscribed to the channel. I kind of covered the Dr. Umar situation just recently, and did some editing. I got like a whole documentary style video that I'm working on that. But in the meantime, as far as like what I'm doing personally, my channel is about freedom. Ultimately, man. All right, let me put this down because it's not working. Yeah, so you guys know, man, I just covered the Dr. Umar situation. And it's looking like it's getting worse. I see a lot of people are kind of covering it now, so it's becoming a hot topic. I was more confused in the fact that people thought that Dr. Umar would actually finish the school. And, a lot of people are saying now, well, don't dogpile on him, the guy when he's down. But, the reason why this is coming around is because he dogpiled on everybody else. You guys say he gave nobody grace. And a lot of people that he interacted with, he doxed them. He talked about them. He called one of his girls, the woman he was dating, he called all types of names as if she doesn't have a family, as if she doesn't have people that love her. He's disrespected LeBron James and his family. He's disrespected Tariq Nasheed. He's just pretty much disrespectful guy. And, they call it karma, but I told myself I was going to slow down on these videos, but I still wanted to kind of provide an engineering perspective and let you guys know my views on what's going on with the Umar situation. I think the biggest thing that really kind of bothered me, and I'll share this with you. Hold on. If you're one thing that really bothered me about this entire situation is, from all the information that we have, Dr. Umar raised upwards of $2.5 to $3 million. And with the proper management team, they would have been able to save him from himself. I don't even think Dr. Umar knows this, and a lot of people do. Maybe a lot of people don't know this, but when it comes to construction or renovations, a lot of times you don't really have to pay cash. You can go and get loans against your property or against your assets. So give an example, if you needed $1 million to do a renovation, you could probably more than likely go to a bank and say, hey, look, I'm doing a renovation. I need a loan of such and such, right? And then you would basically put your business as collateral and your cash as collateral. So if you had $1 million cash, you basically come to the bank and you got a property that's worth $1 million. You say, look, I'm gonna put both of these assets up in order to get $1 million loan. That way, I think it depends on Delaware. Let me check Delaware. For renovation. All right, so let's check this out. All right, so yeah, I just want to verify this. So if he would have gotten an FH loan or any type of loan or a rehab loan, he probably would have put anywhere from 5% to 20% down. This is something that would have been vital to the completion of the project had he known. That's kind of one of the things that I was trying to push is like, when I would listen to Dr. Umar talk, I can understand that he wasn't understanding rehab and construction like vernacular. And again, I don't know everything, but I know enough, or I know how to reach out to the right people and get the assistance that I need. One thing I've learned just being a real estate developer, a real estate investor, is align yourself with the people that know. You don't have to know everything. I'm more of a big picture person anyway, so I don't want to know about every screw that I need for a door to install a door or whatever. That's not my goal. Isn't to be a subject matter expert in nails. So Dr. Umar shouldn't have wanted to be a subject matter expert in renovation. What he should have did is he should have delegated delegated that to somebody that did know, and then they would have been able to tell him, hey, Dr. Umar, if you got $2 million, your buying power is 4 or 5. So basically what Dr. Umar could have did is he could have put 20% down on the FHA loan or a rehab loan, and he would have came out of pocket maybe $250,000. He would have then been able to still have cash to be able to do everything else he needs to do. So, okay, you got $1 million loan, okay, renovation loan, you got a certain amount of time that you have to basically finish your project, and yeah, you're gonna have to repayment plan and all of that stuff. But you gotta understand, you have your building, and you have your cash as collateral. Now, again, I may not know all the details, again, because I'm not an in the weeds type of person. I always delegate this to people that know more than me. But I'm just telling y'all, like, when it comes to a renovation or like construction, the way that the U.S. operates and what makes it so amazing is the fact that you can get loans to do projects. So, but people that don't have money don't know this, right? So you think you need $1 million to do a renovation. You need $1 million. If you have $1 million renovation, you need $1 million. When I kept hearing him say, we got to raise 2 million, we need this, I'm thinking to myself, he don't even know how construction loans work. And even before ChatGPT and AI, you could have went to Google and typed in, how much do I need for a construction loan? But see, his viewpoints of working with establishments is keeping him from understanding. And it's not to, I guess, in that regard, I would never want to dog paw on Dr. Umar in that regards, but I just was steady trying to like get this in front of people to let them know, hey, he doesn't understand and we got to help him before, things go bad. And here we are, it's bad, it's over with now. I'm probably going to start doing a lot more collaborations, and then showing you guys what I'm working on, because I like to walk it like I talk it, as they say. So for the last 3 years, I've put my money where my mouth is, and I'm working on a big project that I'm doing in West Texas, pretty much 95% completed with it. And I'll start trying to find a way to incorporate that into my channel. I started off my channel talking about my construction and renovations, and, like I said, kind of give you a background. I'm a real estate investor, civil engineer, a real estate developer now. I'm still learning, so I'm not going to sit myself as like the subject matter expert for everything. I do have a lot of smart people around me. But anyway, I built a tiny home project in West Texas, near Big Bend. And so I've kind of like did a soft launch. I'm kind of working through some kinks. And it's just a lot more tedious than I anticipated. And it's also a lot more overwhelming because of the amount of driving and all the things that I'm having to do to get this accomplished. But when I'm done, I will have an asset that will pay me and my family for the rest of my life, or until I decide to sell. And I did do cash on I did out of pocket on my project because it was too hard for me to get conventional loans. And I didn't have enough assets for the amount of money that I needed to do the project. So I basically cashed out everything I had, and I, bet on myself. And I came with a lot of challenges along the way, but I completed it. So no matter what I went through, I'm done now. So I can kind of like speak from a different perspective. But also with me finishing my project, I became very overwhelmed, and I've been going through, I lost my mother last year, and then I lost my stepdad a year before that. And then just a lot of financial stuff going on with family, and then with also my other businesses that I have. I also have a corporate housing company, just trying to keep it sweet and keep it to the point. But I also do corporate housing. I do short-term rentals, and my tiny home project is what that is. It's a glamping project. It's a tiny home development project, and I'm already looking at the next project. So that's one of the reasons why I'm on the road right now. But anyway, my point is, with Dr. Umar's access, he could have found people even more knowledgeable than myself or anybody. I mean, he has an extensive network, but like Lennon Honor and a lot of people have said, there's something when it comes to working with other men. And I would say even more alpha men, alphas, right? Maybe he likes to be around betas. I've seen a few people around, but I don't think he likes dealing with alphas, or guys that's going to put it on the line, or call you out when you're wrong. And that's kind of why he getting the universe is getting his get back on Umar. You understand, when a man tells you he's got 6 degrees, and at this time he was 30 something, you know that he's never had a real corporate job. He's definitely never led a business or did a construction project. And so he just took it upon himself to do it. And also I understand when you don't know businesses, you double dip and you start, taking care of yourself through your fund. And that's just the government, IRS doesn't like that. And it's no transparency. And before you know it, you find yourself spending more money than you're getting in. And it's simple math. So again, I've been trying to find a balance and not just killing this guy and like dogpiling on him. But we also got to be honest. And since I started the conversation I'm passionate about it, I got to make sure I finish it. So anyway, I got the documentary type vibe that I'm working on. I like the first one, the first part one. Part two, I think I kind of took it too far. I did too much editing. I'm a creator. Can you guys say when you're a creator, you can kind of go too far. But I play piano. I used to produce music. I used to write music, R&B and hip hop and pop music. And what else? I used to draw. I think I used to draw like buildings and cars. That's how I got into engineering. I've been about this nerd life since the beginning, but I'm also a guy from the hood, as they say. So I have a well-rounded viewpoint, and I don't want to position myself as better than this or like that's not my goal. And I really don't even like talking about my personal life because I'm just not. I'm trying to get comfortable with that. But anyway, I'm gonna be giving y'all more content from my channel, and I do appreciate like the people that have been subscribing to my channel from like seeing response videos or like watching some of my old content. And I'm gonna keep on growing and keep on learning how to do this YouTube because I've been working. I think I've been trying to YouTube, but like put out videos for the last 3 years. But like I said early, I've had a lot of personal stuff going on, so I just really wasn't as active as I should have been. So we're gonna change all that. And so this is kind of letting y'all in behind the scenes and keeping it real with y'all, and letting y'all know I got to do better on my channel. Thank y'all for responding to my other videos. Thank y'all for interacting with me. If you have anything you would like to see me cover as it relates to the Dr. Umar situation, please let me know. Or any other ideas, nomadically speaking. I'm talking about real estate, I'm talking about travel, and I'm talking about ways for you to keep your money in your pocket, because you can't travel and you can't retire early if you let people scam you out your money. And I've also been a victim of scamming. So I'm gonna make sure I make a video about that as well. There was a mentor of mine that I really respected, and he conned me out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this is years ago. I thought in my mind that I would retire at 30 years old. And that was not the case because I had the wrong type of people around me. And he was a communicator. He was a person that could speak and everybody followed. And he was somebody that I learned a lot from. But what I didn't know is I had more money than he did. And things went awry. And he completely, I'll never get my money back. So that started opening my mind to when you're dealing with people and they can talk well, you gotta, as intelligent as I thought I was, I let somebody con me. I had contracts, but the contracts don't matter when a guy I'm gonna keep it brief. I'm gonna give context to this because he's also a person that I still would hope that at some point I get my money back. And when I say con, I want to say that because if you watch this video, is the way that he presented the offering, the real estate deal to me, there were some things that he did not tell me. And had I known that, I would have never invested. Had I known that, I would have never invested all of my savings and got rid of my rental properties to get into this real estate deal. It was just a bad deal. So that's something that I learned and something that I've had to bounce back from. Nearly bankrupt me as a younger guy. And I was thinking I was going to retire. My goal was to retire in Bali. So again, now you're going to start understanding this whole nomadically speaking thing. It's like a culmination of things that I'm passionate about, but I'm passionate about real estate, making money, and traveling. So anyway, see y'all in the next video, man. Thank y'all for watching.